Good afternoon, friends and family. My name is Ireland Daniel. I have the honor of being a Lighthouse graduate. And before I even start, I was going to actually put this in my speech, but it's kind of ironic that in our pamphlets is my favorite scripture. Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and not leaning on your own understanding. In all ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. I feel like that's the way I would describe my life and how I got to Lighthouse. And so before I even start my speech, I just want to thank the Lord because I would not be who I am if it wasn't for him, if I wasn't here. Okay. I've attended Lighthouse for 2 years now. I came as a junior, and I'm leaving as a graduate. After endless hard work and love and support, I'm standing here before you today wondering where all the time went. I wish there was a way to know you are in the good old days before you've actually left them. A friend of mine, class of 2022 graduate, Genesis Mendez, said in her graduation speech that during her first visit to LCA, she said, "It's a literal hallway." And although Lighthouse may be a hallway, this hallway has 6 rooms that each hold a little piece of my heart. Room 1 is where I sat on my first day of junior year, and I listened to my new classmates tell stories about who they want to become. It's where I habitually organized Mr. Scribner's snack shack every day, knowing that the kids would be digging through it and ruining it, while also living in fear that April would come and destroy it. It's where I learned that through perseverance and love for the most unlikely things like chemistry. And this is also the room where Hope performed a runway walk, despite what Zach said that she couldn't be a model. Room 2 is where I got to sit with Miss Becca's class on days where I just wanted to come and say hi. Every time they greeted me with a smile. It's where I was taught by Mr. Young endless skills that have changed my life in our ASB class, and I am honored to be able to say I was our president. The computer lab is where Mr. Young stood and pointed at the no eating sign for the longest time until I put my salad away, which, by the way, I wasn't eating. It's also where Zach used Clara's phone to catch a student copying Bible homework from a mystery person, and that happened to be me, I'm sorry. In room 3, I enjoyed listening to the boys in my class read Shakespeare in the most hilarious ways possible and watch Mr. Ashcraft put powdered milk in his coffee every morning. The round table room, which is also called the principal's office, which I don't know why, because Mr. Young is not in there. And it's the room where I laughed till my stomach hurt many times with my friends, and where Mr. Young played games with me and my classmates at the end of junior year. And room 4 has always been the most special room to me. It's where Miss Clancy touched our hearts, where Mr. Young drew the beautiful creation of his version of Statue of Liberty, where Alina and I would stress about the chemistry test we just took, where Chosen laughed so hard for the longest time each day, and where Rob once told me that my morning routine reminded him of his grandma's. And it's also where Mr. Ashcraft said to Luigi, "Can you stop relating everything to a movie?" Which he did every single day, any chance you got. That room was a pivotal part of my junior year. It's where I created a connection, a relationship that changed a lot for me. It's where I felt safe. It's where I felt like I was truly part of this school. Lighthouse is where I felt brokenhearted for the first time, but it's also where I felt loved in a very long time. And it's all thanks to the people who got me here. Thank you to my family for loving me as I am and cheering me on. Mom, thank you, truly thank you for everything you have done for me and bringing me to Santa Monica. I remember the first day you dropped me off at kindergarten in my matching outfit with a tie. You dropped me off countless of times at school, also we can make it to this day. You have always put me first and sacrificed everything so I can be happy. You've had to do it all alone for so long. Thank you for letting me join you on the ride and always supporting me even if I wasn't always right. Dad, thank you so much because this couldn't have happened without you. Thank you for letting me come. Thank you for letting me move even though that meant we wouldn't see each other as much anymore. Thanks for your sense of humor, for always picking up the phone. To my brothers, Marco and Mitchell, I've decided now that I don't think I trade you for anyone. I love you both more than anything. Marco, you've always been a light in my life. The world gets exciting as soon as I hear you're coming over. You make everything brighter, and you're the laughter and sweetness of my life. Thank you for never putting pressure on me and always loving me. Mitchell, no one understands me. and everything we've been through like you do. When I laugh, you laugh. When I cry, you cry. You mean everything to me. I'm so glad to have someone watch TV with and make fun of each other at the same time. You taught me how to be strong, and I can never repay you for all you've done for me. Thank you. And now I want to thank the incredible godly authority of Lighthouse. Ms. Peterson, thank you for understanding my feelings and giving me advice that has pushed me to detrimental action in my life. I'm really going to miss our talks, but I guess that's why we have church, so I can ambush you. Mrs. Payton, you have been involved in my life as I went on a roller coaster. Thank you for sticking with me through it all. You believe the best in me, even when I don't. I don't know if I would have gotten through this year without you. Mr. Bowen, you have an amazing spirit and humor. Thanks for always coming to say hi to me at morning prayer and not making fun of me when I kept falling down the mountain at the church picnic. Mr. Ashcraft, you once apologized because you realized that you were too hard on me and you held me to a higher standard than the rest of the class. You should have never apologized. Thank you for pushing me to be the best student I could be and calling me out when you knew I could be better. Mrs. Becca, I still remember the first day that we really got to know each other. It was Jalen's birthday and we went to the park with your class. I realized that day that we were so much more similar than I would have ever thought. You are a treasure to this school, and I'm so grateful I got to spend time with you in your class. Mrs. Young, or Coach Jess, I don't think I ever really told you how much I look up to you. You are an amazing woman of God, wife, and coach. Thank you for all your wisdom during our car rides. I want to be like you when I grow up. Mr. Zach, thank you, and thank you, Hillary, for trusting me with your children. I love them so much. Thank you for being the one teacher that got me through science and always smiling when you see me. And thank you for your endless movie quotes. Mr. Young, there will never be enough words to express how grateful I am for you. You have made me into a better person and a leader. You have shown me what it really looks like to follow Christ. Thank you for your jokes, the smiles, and the encouragement, as well as letting me sing with you and giving me the advice I need to hear when I don't want to hear it. I'm honored to be able to say I was called one of your beasts. Josh Ederlin, why are you the way that you are? That's an inside joke, if you don't know. Thank you for being my best friend and my personal diary. I can't not tell you everything that's going on around me. No one else will sit there, listen, then make fun of me. I can't thank you and Jenny enough for loving me, constantly being there for me when things are hard, and being happy when I achieve something. I love your family very much. Thanks for everything. And last but not least, Pastor Rob. I still remember when you didn't know my name, so when you would walk down the pews, he would say, Saints Alive, instead of my name. Now I get the honor to be able to call you my pastor and my friend, and I can't stand to disappoint you. Thank you for protecting me, accepting me, and loving me. Lighthouse has been my teacher. I've been taught how to truly take Jesus' love for me and bestow it upon others. I've been shown what the world is like when you excel and let God take the reins. I'm incredibly grateful to have gotten to witness a consistent, faithful ministry where students, including myself, have been taught invaluable principles of godly wisdom and serving. I recently looked through my old journals from the summer before my freshman year up to my junior year here, and I felt like I've got to watch my life change drastically from pain to joy. I used to be the girl who sat by myself in the back of this church, and I didn't know anyone except for my teachers and Hope Catalano, who, thank you, Hope, because you were the first person who got me to come to this church, and I wouldn't be here without you. And now I get to sing during services, work the soundboard with Josh Ederlin, and I get to know and talk to the wonderful people that fill this church on Sundays. I hope I had an impact on the school and the students coming after me. Once during a sermon, Pastor Josh said that one of the pieces of advice that he had gotten from somebody was that somebody is waiting on the other side of your obedience. That stuck with me, and I think about it all the time. I hope to say to my class and to the people who are coming after me that if you follow God and you obey him, you touch the other people around you and change their lives as well. And that's what I've witnessed in my life personally. And to my class, I pray for God's blessing over your lives. I know that you have great things coming to you, and I'm so proud of you and your new journeys. Lighthouse, thank you for accepting me, flaws and all. I will never forget all the amazing memories here, Utah, the East Coast trip, the Spirit Weeks, and volleyball games. I'll never have enough time to say how grateful I am for the people within the school and church. It's tough to say goodbye, but I know this isn't the end. I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you've actually left them. Thank you.